Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between LongWalk, WEAREFOALS, Sheik, and Bizzare. This game taking place here on, well, the long forgotten lost temple for human players. Here at what I will call the, well, relatively right 9 o'clock position, we have LongWalk spawning as the red night elf. And why is the colors like that? Hold on, there you go. Blue night elf over here at the 9 o'clock position. Meanwhile, WEAREFOALS spawning as the, well, teal human going up against Bizzare and Sheik. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining in. A little bit of technical issues this morning, but hopefully they don't get too much in the way. Players talking Headhunter versus Defend Footman, total cancer, to be honest. All right, so we'll see if that is going to be the case here. If we'll see whether or not this is supposed to work. And as they're talking and communicating, surprised that they're actually not using some sort of like voice over IP, Discord, some other method to communicate with each other, actually typing at this point. So far, we're going to be looking at an Altar of Darkness training up a Crypt Lord coming out from here. Meanwhile, it is going to be a Farseer, most likely with Spirit Wolves, and we'll see where we go next. Meanwhile, back on the other side, it is going to be a Keeper of the Grove coming in from the Night Elf player who doesn't have an Ancient of War as of yet. Maybe trying to go for Huntresses a little bit later, but he's going to be, well, very not protected early on, as we see Footmen most likely coming out from WEAREFOALS already. Archmage is going to be the hero of choice as well. Keeper of the Grove maybe trying to play a game of harass, as we are going into Huntresses coming in from the Night Elf player. So for anyone who has a favorite race in this matchup, well, congratulations, you see all 4 races here. Root for your favorite race, and maybe that team will win. Okay, I made Crypt Lord by mistake. All right, so a little bit of insight into the strategy here, or in that, well, sometimes you make mistakes. We'll see if Crypt Lord is going to be a bit of an issue. Crypt Lord has become a very popular hero, but I don't really see Crypt Lord in 2v2s all that much. He has gone for a sacrificial skull, and is he trying to clear out his creep camp and perhaps set up an expansion? That does seem to be the case. There is a quick impale right there, trying to go after the 4 Troll Berserkers. Has he using the sacrificial skull? He has not used that as of yet, perhaps waiting for the Wisp to use a detonation first. The Wisp does get taken down, and now that the Wisp is down, he can actually place down that Blight. However, the gold was taken by the Keeper of the Grove right there. Damage now adding up. Oh, there's an Impale. Are we going to see a surround? Yes, we are. That is a very, very nasty surround. Perhaps an Acolyte or some other unit is going to try to make its way over here. Ogre is actually in position as well, trying to break free, and there goes that Keeper of the Grove at level 1. Keeper of the Grove falling at level 1. And, well, he doesn't have very much going on for him back at home either. Huntresses are just now starting to get trained up. That is going to be Mass Tier 1. Meanwhile, you see the Town Hall and the Arcane Tower trying to be built up. Footmen are in position. Archmage and Footmen trying to put pressure onto that Farseer. It looks like the Town Hall is still getting repaired rather quickly. Is it going up or down? I believe it is going down in terms of hit points, and forced to be cancelled. All right, Footman taking a little bit of damage here. Arcane Tower about to be ready to come online, as we're looking at the Grunch trying to back up here. There is a rebuild right there, as the Spirit Wolves, well, not going to be able to do very much of anything. That Spirit Wolf quickly getting taken down, as the Town Hall going to be able to be, well, upgraded rather easily now that there are no more Spirit Wolves trying to harass. All right. Ghouls making their way over, not that much. A quick shockwave going through. You got to remember that Sheik actually went for Impale first instead of those Carrion Beetles first. He's going after a relatively dangerous creep camp, and I think Sheik is actually going to pay for this with 2 dead ghouls, maybe 3 dead ghouls, trying to go after this Ogre Magi. All right, more beetles coming out their way again. Are we going to see a shockwave finish off those units? No. Going after a Forest Troll Trapper. What exactly is Sheik actually thinking here? This was not a good idea whatsoever, as this unit is now trying to hide and, well, hide back across over here. All right, he is running back to the side. Where is he perhaps going to try and go next? You can take a look. He's hiding back across here. And I did not realize that the island expansions in the corner have been changed, that there is a ramp actually going into the corners now. So it is not a true island expansion in the corner, only accessible by Goblin Zeppelin. Nerubian Tower coming online here, going, well, Bizzare now indicating that he's going into Wyverns. Not much time to talk about the strategy, as it is all going to be really focused on all of the action going across here. You'll be surprised by the units just as I am, since I don't see production. Sheik, is he going to cancel that gold mine? I believe he does. Ents now joining in on the fight. Graveyard going to get canceled. One cold tower, that is all that is left here, as the Keeper of the Grove going after those well, acolytes, and the acolytes are getting shut down. Meanwhile, back across here, what is this Crypt Lord doing? Using a Scroll of Town Portal, picking up a Goblin Shredder, gonna go ahead and teleport away back home, perhaps. Where is, wait, nope, that is not back home. What, nope, where did he teleport to? He teleported off to the north in order to get a healing salve. Meanwhile, coming back on the other side, we're looking at triple Ancient of Wars coming in from the Night Elf player, as well, perhaps WEAREFOALS is giving a bunch of gold, as you can see, to train up those Huntresses and get a mass number of units. All right, Sheik gonna lose that expansion pretty quickly here. 2-on-2 damage is coming in fast and furiously on both sides, as one team does have an expansion up. The Undead unable to set up an expansion very easily. An Irish WarCraft, yep. All right, Metaphysics, the other replay on Knollwood is not working for some strange reason. If you can send me another one, that would be helpful. All right, coming back through, Water Elemental now making its way in. Huntresses, Archmage, Null Overseer heading back off to the north. Keeper of the Grove gonna get, nope, does not get surrounded. Tauren Chieftain did not have the Stomp, as we now see an Entangle go down. Stomp would be incredibly useful right now, as we're looking at this Keeper of the Grove down to 129 hit points, making its way back. All right, gonna go ahead and try to retreat back once more. 1 or 2 more shots should be able to do it. Is the Grunt gonna be able to chase after? No, it is not, as the Huntresses are still right behind. So far, that one Keeper of the Grove down to 33 hit points. One Spirit Wolf just trying to chase, most likely will end up just drinking a lot of Moonwell juice, and that is about it, as that Keeper of the Grove escapes from death. Tauren Chieftain now hanging back, trying to perhaps give a little bit of additional movement speed. There are some Wind Riders in the air. You have to be very careful, though, as the Wind Riders are essentially glass cannons. They take a lot of damage from piercing and don't have that many hit points of their own. They are very effective against those Huntresses, but their effectiveness does tend to drop off over time. All right, what is Sheik doing here? Sheik going after this Ogre Lord in a battle of attrition, going after this Ogre Lord creep camp. Finally, now picking up some, what is this? Oh, there goes a Wisp just keeping track of all this. There's a Goblin Sapper right there that was going after all of these units. Archmage is going to come in, and WEAREFOALS says, you know what, I'm going to show up here. Who's going to finish off the kill? He gets the kill, gets the item, and then takes the Goblin Zeppelin to leave. And now going to perhaps try and harass inside the main base. Right, there is an Arcane Tower going to be preventing all of that right there. Archmage does get up to level 3. Another Arcane Tower off over here, going to make it very difficult for any harassment to really be had by those beetles. Keeper of the Grove, well, finding a Grunt in transition, and in a map like Lost Temple, where you're just traversing all the way across the map, you got to be extremely careful. You often will end up losing units in transit very often if you're not careful, as we just saw with an Entangle and some Huntresses. Wind Riders are now, well, we're looking at, what are we looking at? We're looking at Wind Riders just chasing after some of these Huntresses now. That Huntress is going to be very low on hit points, going to be trying to turn around the corner here. We see one Mountain King getting taken down, as the Wind Riders are going after the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove quickly using the Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. There goes a Footman. Footman with Defend, perhaps the only way to deal damage to those Wind Riders right now. Keeper of the Grove did teleport back off to the side, and now the Wind Riders unable to catch up. Perhaps could have focused down a couple of those lower hit point Huntresses. You can see a volley of those spears, well, doing their work already. expansion down here. Meanwhile, we're looking at a mass scroll of town portal heading back home. Not heading back home, cutting back here as the Wind Rider may end up getting taken down. Spirit Wolves now making their way through, going to get some damage onto some riflemen. We're going to see some low hit point. Come on, take down that low hit point Huntress right there. Easy shot once there, as we're looking at the units trying to retreat back again. All right, mass movement all across everywhere. 300 golds constantly being transferred from the human army to the Night Elf army to increase that Huntress count. Meanwhile, Stormbolt onto a Wind Rider there. This Wind Rider get down to 158 hit points. Is it going to be able to escape? It looks like it, as more archers are getting added in. All right, Huntress after Huntress is starting to fall. Shockwave pushing back through the other side. Chain Lightning bouncing around as well, as damage is going to add back up rather quickly. All right, Chain Wave is the strategy to be had. Are we going to see the Cripplord make its way over? Keeper of the Grove getting entangled, or not entangled, getting caught and surrounded once more as the Wind Riders are trying to back away. Farseer has a potion of lesser invulnerability. Is it going to use it? It should be using it. Level 3 now on the Tauren Chieftain. Level 3 on the Tauren Chieftain should be able to get off a big shockwave right there. Finishes off a handful of units again, as Scroll of Speed now being used in order to escape. Back across here, we are looking at the Cripplord just constantly harassing this Arcane Tower right now. There is an Ancient Protector and an Arcane Tower causing feedback damage to the Cripplord, as we are now going into Dragonhawk Riders. WEAREFOALS, now looking to use those Dragonhawk Riders to perhaps try and shackle down those Wind Riders here, as the units of the blue and teal army just constantly moving back and forth, just trying to hold on to whatever advantage they have. We are looking at an expansion being set up by the Orc player Bizzare. Bizzare now also setting up some watchtowers and Orc burrows to offer a bit of protection. Meanwhile, Huntress is going to easily finish off that dire Spirit Wolf there, as the Orc army, well, using that Fountain of Health in the center portion of the map. As things are getting underway, how are things going to unravel? Dragonhawk Riders keeping track of that Goblin Zeppelin. It is a mechanical unit. I do not believe it can be shackled. Tauren Chieftain now with 9 armor. Will be difficult to take down, leaving behind a Tome of Agility. Nope, gonna go ahead and pick that up. Meanwhile, a lot of units are sitting at the Fountain of Health. One Wind Rider standing there, able to finish off a footman who was hoping to drink from that fountain. Back down to the south, engagement. Cripplord just constantly doing a lot of harassment. It looked as though the Goblin Sappers were unable to get the detonation that they wanted to finish off some of the farms and perhaps supply block their opponent. Cripplord dangerously low on hit points. There is an Impale once more, and Sheik's, Cripplord first really causing some issues, as well as there is another Stormbolt going down. All right, Cripplord now trying to escape once again. Farseer going to go ahead and put pressure on the other side. It looks as though Bizarre strategy may be trying to use, we'll see if there is pillage. I can't really tell if there is pillage at this point. Shockwave now pushing through some damage, as well as the Hunter's Hall will get, shut down here. Archers will be lost. There is one Ancient Protector right here. Meanwhile, coming back on the other side, Death Knight, getting entangled here. Do we have any way for this Death Knight to break free? 4 units surround. Beautifully done. Deathcoil trying to finish off a footman here. Not going to work. There is a Stormbolt onto the Cripplord, and the Cripplord will end up unable to save his partner. Stormbolt on that Mountain King delayed that impale from that Cripplord, as we see a couple of shackles now coming across in from behind here. All right, shackles all being used. Scroll of Town Portal executed, but the main Tree of Life, or Tree of Ages, I believe it was taken out. All right. We're looking at perhaps a handful of healing to be had by those Wind Riders, Grunts, Raiders. We'll see where are they going to be going next. They are all low on hit points, and with the blue army, the Night Elf army with True Shot aura and damage coming in, we could see a lot of dead Wind Riders already right at the start. Staff of Teleportation coming across. Cripplord shows up to the party. There's a big Impale. There's a Shockwave. Are we going to see a Chain Lightning bouncing around, finishing off a lot of units as the shackles come back through, and the Wind Riders are going to get lost here. All right, Wind Riders are lost. Keeper of the Grove could get lost in again. No, trying to escape away. Potion of Healing was transferred, and will be able to stay alive. Raiders throwing back a couple of ensnares as well. Stormbolt onto the Cripplord. Cripplord is in trouble. Down to 400 some odd hit points. Will he be able to escape? I believe he got in a bash or tangled, and the Cripplord goes down, giving level 2 to that Mountain King. All right, this is a chaotic game here in here on Lost Temple. Mass repairs underway, but really not going to be able to do all that much, even with fortified armor. The Dragonhawk Riders, well, pushing pressure here. A quick Thunderclap, well, slowing down those peons for just a little bit, as we're looking at Bizzare about to lose this expansion. It is still two bases though. As we remember earlier on, the Night Elf army, or the Night Elf Tree of Life, was taken down. Back across here, Sheik does have an expansion being set up. Tree of Life is not yet done, so it is still two bases to do bases, and well, the human player being forced to not go into high up or low upkeep to be able to keep even in terms of the economy. So far, though, Death Knight now showing back up. Crypt Fiends are here as well. Are we going to perhaps see an Impale? Not quite sure. There's a reveal. There's another Tree of Life. The Raiders are going to finish that all there, and this war of attrition is just going all over the place as archers are getting taken down, and as they, well, lose Shadow Meld as Daybreak is about to happen. Alright, so far we're looking at a handful of, well, fights still coming through. Entangle coming down as well. Raiders are going to be able to finish off anything. Crypt Lord, well, shows up to the party. There goes a Raider. I think that was a deny right there, as the Tauren Chieftain Farseer now trying to head back. Dragonhawk Rider showing up to the party as well. The Crypt Lord could get in trouble once more, and yes, is once again in trouble, trying to escape away. Death Knight gets the Death Coil off, only to see a Stormbolt follow him up and slow him down as well. Crypt Fiends are showing up to the party to try and perhaps offer a little bit of support, but that's not going to work, as the Death Knight, well, gets Storm-bolted himself. Priestess of the Moon going to try and do a little bit of path blocking. There is another Entangle. Entangle plus Stormbolt with Brilliance Aura means, well, no escaping hero at all. Tauren Chieftain, however, leading the charge off on the other side here, taking down another town, or another harvesting building, taking down that town hall. Griffin Riders are showing up to try and deal some damage, as the Farseer now tries to back away. Farseer low on not enough mana to get off a Chain Lightning, as we see another Stormbolt go down once again. All right, Holy Light trying to save here. Farseer down to 260 hit points. Once again on the move, on the run. Raiders trying to retreat back. There goes a Stormbolt onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain, however, with 12 armor, I guess really not all that concerned, as a Shockwave pushes on through again. Scroll of Town Portal coming back again. Altar of Kings will get taken down before the Scroll of Town Portal finishes off. Crazy game here so far. Stronghold has been upgraded. Fortified armor for the Orc Burrows and the Watchtowers to protect against those Griffin Riders. That's been done for quite some time. Meanwhile, Sheik is looking at a haunted gold mine down across here with one Spirit Tower, one Nerubian Tower, but that can easily be shut down if the Dragonhawk Riders have Cloud. I don't know if Cloud has been researched. We're looking at this Entangled gold mine once again, mining a little bit now, as the Dragonhawk Riders will be making their way through. All right, in comes a little bit of that damage. There is that Cloud, and all of a sudden, well, this expansion looks like it will get shut down in a matter of seconds. All right, there is some repairs, but what can you really do? Why even try to repair well, there goes the Crypt Fiend trying to web down one of those units. It looks as though the Cloud ended momentarily, only to see another Cloud show back up. The Crypt Fiend's now trying to back away. Stormbolt, however, finishes him off, as it's looking like it was going to be, what, two bases to two once more, as the expansions are going to be lost. No, I believe actually the red team should be able to get up to 3 here in just a second. More mining still happening. Griffin, or the Dragonhawk Riders, are there focusing down all of those acolytes. This massive air army is a very big problem, as the human army just did an amazing tech switch to try and change things up. Crypt Lord not yet resurrected. Back across over here. Well, no, Crypt Lord actually back down here. Death Knight not yet resurrected. Massive battle coming in once more. Tauren Chieftain, all the heroes trying to be saved. Priestess of the Moon and the Keeper of the Grove. Priestess of the Moon could get lost here. That is going to be a very big loss, as True Shot Aura represents a lot of damage for that air army. All right, the Tree of Life actually trapping the Priestess of the Moon, and I think that was a strategic play by Bizzare to not take down the Tree of Life until the Priestess of the Moon was gone, thereby still using that Tree of Life as partial surrounding. All right, as we're looking at the Tauren Chieftain, Crypt Lord, Farseer looking to finish off the Night Elf base, and there is not much left to be had, and the human base cannot really defend against the other remaining bases here, even though they are at pretty much mass tier 2, mass tier 3. we're looking at the Archmage. Well, is it going to get focused down? No, it looks like, nope, Sheik's trying to go after the Archmage, but Bizzare is telling him, nope, we don't need that right now. Let's just back up. We'll pick and choose our fights at a better time. We still have an expansion that you can fully saturate here in just a little bit. All right. Overall army size is much larger for red. Well, Dragonhawk Rider's trying to web down, trying to cause some separation. Not doing a good job either, though. Archmage is trying to catch up. I'm not going to fight. All right, Sheik now trying to retreat back. Death Knight does not have Unholy Aura, and that is the reason why these Crypt Fiends are not able to escape. If you've ever wondered why the undead army just seemed so fast, it is really because of Unholy Aura, allowing for faster movement speed. Without Unholy Aura, the Crypt Fiends don't have the ability to kite nearly as well. As we're going to take a look at a Griffin Rider perhaps get taken down here. There's a couple more webs, but the Dragonhawk Riders are all there, offering up a bit more protection again. Holy Light, more damage coming through. What is going on here? The Crypt Lord backed up temporarily as we're looking at a little bit of split attack once more. Bizzare now going straight after the main base this time, and it looks like the main base could get taken down pretty fast. Farseer going to go ahead and take down that guard tower. There it goes. As we're looking at the Raiders now trying to back away again. Archmage gets up to level 5. Scroll of Town Portal being used by the Farseer. It looks like some repairs are getting through as the castle is going to stay up and operational. Bizzare is setting up an expansion here at the 9 o'clock expansion location. Meanwhile, off to the north, Wisp is scouting out. Bizzare is able to mine without a problem. Sheik is mining at his natural expansion as well as the Death Knight escapes ever so barely. Crypt Fiend, however, not so lucky. All right, this has been a rather strange game all the way across. We're looking at, well, the Night Elf player only getting up a Keeper of the Grove, has a Tree of Life, has a Moonwell, and that is pretty much it. So far, just do 3 Crypts and Mass Gargoyles, apparently, to try and deal with the Mass Dragonhawk Riders that we're looking at right now. Tauren Chieftain now making its way back across this Tree of Life. Is it going to get canceled? That's what they're just trying to force cancels so far, as the Tauren, well, absorbing a lot of damage. Raiders just getting in plenty of damage here. Tauren Chieftain is, well, now invisible, as the Tauren now trying to make its way back over. All right, Farseer absorbing a lot of damage too. It looks like there is a Scroll of Town Portal, so it does have a way to head back out here, as the Farseer are going to go ahead and, well, dive on in here, use a Scroll of Town Portal, slip on through, and then force his opponent to try and engage against all of these units. Back across to the side here, we are looking at, well, the castle of the human player about to get taken down. Carry on Beetles, going to be able to finish this off. Crypt Fiends have webbed down that one Griffin and, well, dealt the necessary damage. Scroll of Town Portal coming back once again. Death Knight now needs to retreat. Obsidian statues are here. There is that army. There is a big impale, but as you remember, it only hits ground units, and, well, the majority of the units air. Death Knight is in trouble, gets up to level 2, only to see him still get taken down there, as the Crypt Lord is sitting at level 5. All right, are we going to see finishing off of those Dragonhawk Riders and needing a Mass Gargoyles? Crypt Fiend's not able to do very much, continuing to fight as well. Sheik's Lich shows up to the party, gets off a big Frost Nova, but that's not going to be enough, as we're looking at the Obsidian statue going to get taken down as well. Tauren Chieftain is nearby. Is he perhaps going to try and make something happen, perhaps finish off all of these peasants? He should have level 3 Shockwave to finish off all of these poor peasants here, as the Raiders are now going to be looking to back up. What is going on? Tauren Chieftain does have a Staff of Teleportation. He's not even providing any attack speed bonuses. There's that Shockwave, and all of those peasants are going to get lost here in just a moment. So much damage to be had, as the, well, Ancient Protector will get taken down as well. Tauren Chieftain shows up. There's a Shockwave going, finish off 2 more peasants here. Pretty much no more mining for the human army, as Web is now being brought over, trying to, well, cause a little bit of separation. Burrowing Crypt Fiends trying to get away. Tauren, oh, is he going to be able to escape? Definitely not. Scroll of Town Portal being used in order to, well, execute that departure, and there they go with the exit. Back on the other side here, Raiders continuing with these hit and run tactics, and the Raiders with, well, pillage, living up to their name, just pillaging the cities and getting gold for it, constantly doing hit and run. Sheik, on the other hand, finally going into gargoyles, something that was needed much earlier. I think he tried to go for mass crypt fiends first to try and use web, but there was just so many air units that it was difficult to really deal with them. Dragonhawk riders, however, can shackle those gargoyles, so it is a question of whether or not you can get enough gargoyles to really deal with your opponent's Dragonhawk riders before they become effective. Coming back the other side, we are looking at an expansion on the bottom left here. This gold mine is once again mining. This gold mine has been mining in peace for quite some time, as the Raiders and the Tauren Chieftain now making their way to perhaps finish off Night Elf once and for good. We are looking at this Tree of Life starting to suffer some damage from these 2/2 upgraded Raiders. We are the Wisp now making their way over, wanting to make sure there's a Shockwave. And oh wow, all but one of those Wisps were able to dodge that bit of damage. Tree of Life will still get taken down though, as the Ensnare stops one Raider, but the remaining units able to get remaining units were able to get that necessary damage. All right. Tauren, is he going to be able to finish off? Are we going to see a Shockwave finish off that Keeper of the Grove? Keeper of the Grove gets taken down. There is that scroll of Farseer trying to dance around, and he does dance around enough. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability actually dropped, as we're looking at a couple of beetles finishing off this town hall here. With that said and done, I believe Night Elf and Human does not stand a chance. They are no longer mining any gold anywhere. Meanwhile, the Undead and Orc have 3 bases between the 2 of them, and this gap is just going to continue to widen. At this point, the Red Army can just sit back and relax a little bit. Bizzare finally saying, you know what, if you won't go for the anti-air, I'll be the one to do it. Let me get those Troll Bat Riders, and I will finish this off. I think 1 round of Troll Bat Riders, and the Human Army is just going to give up as well. Is this a 2v2? Yes, it is. Hence the reason why you can see all 4 races. What's going to be happening here? Gargoyles trying to back away once more. Let's take a look. Acolytes trying to try to set up an expansion. Not going to work well at all. The Human Army going after all of these units once more. Where are those? Where are the Bat Riders? Mass Bat Riders here. O2 upgrades. And we are looking at the Owl Scout still not scouting out any of those units. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain and the Farseer have both gotten to level 6. So the Farseer has, I guess the Troll Bat Riders went off on the north, and that was a quick GG there. Thanks for, reminded me of when I used to play 2v2 with Friendly. Yep. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Interesting game going back and forth. A lot of expansions, a lot of heroes. Bizzare really carrying that game right there. Those hit and run tactics working extremely well with those Raiders, and being able to just focus down buildings, shutting down LongWalk. Thanks for watching.